Hey guys, it's Superstar0717. I know it's been a minute. Back to playing Magic again. Thought I'd come at you guys with a deck tech with Reanimator deck that I'm playing. Probably here in the next week or so, I'll be making a Bant control deck similar to Melissa Totoro's. I'll make a deck tech with that. Those are the two decks I'm playing at the moment. This deck was a deck that I started playing when I got back into Magic. I took it to my first FNM in almost 7 months. Got second place. Lost to the mirror match. I think me and him both just kind of thought that Reanimator had fallen out of favor. Who played it, caught a bunch of decks by surprise, and got some pretty nice wins off of it. So the deck starts out with 4 Avacyn's Pilgrim. You need the early ramp. Sucks not having Bird, but I mean Avacyn's Pilgrim's pretty good. The ability to go turn 2, Lingering Souls is awesome. The white helps with Angel of Serenity, helps flash back your Unburial Rites, and it's just a pretty good card. So 4 of those. Up next we got 4 Arbor Elves, more ramp. It's a great card. Obviously lets you do the same thing as Avacyn's Pilgrim almost. It also helps you from not taking damage from your shocks. You can play them tapped, play Arbor Elf, or use Arbor Elf's ability to untap the shock land and be able to use that mana. So we got the Arbor Elves. Up next, card I talked about a few months ago. I was trying to make a deck with it. 4 Somberwald Sage. Really happy that I found a deck to play it in. I was super excited for this card when it was spoiled in Avacyn Restored like a year ago. So I was really excited to have a deck to play it with. This card's awesome. Being able to turn 2 this and then turn 3 Angel of Serenity is just devastating. That was pretty much the tune of the FNM, was doing that play. Played against a lot of aggro decks, so usually it's their first 3 plays, they drop 3 creatures, and then just wiping the board with the Angel of Serenity and beating face was pretty sweet. So 4 Somberwald Sage. Up next we have like the plan B, I guess if you would say. So we run 2 Restoration Angels, which combo well with 4 Thragtusks. So Thragtusk, obviously pretty good, no explanation needed. Restoration Angel also combos well with Craterhoof Behemoth and Angel of Serenity if you have the mana. So good card, being able to play defensively with this deck and being able to survive against aggro-based decks that get you down and put you on a clock pretty quickly. So Thragtusk is a great card. Up next, 4 Angel of Serenity, my favorite card in Magic right now, other than Sphinx's Revelation. Just a great card. Gives you lots of advantage. Late game, you can loop them. You can, get card advantage. You can exile Thragtusk and Arresto, and your opponent won't want to kill it because you get the advantage off of it. So it's a pretty good card. If your opponent doesn't answer it, it's a 4-turn clock, and it's pretty sweet. And the last 2 cards that are creatures are 2 Craterhoof Behemoths. I started with 4, and I was running like a deck list similar to Brad Nelson's Whip There It Is. Didn't like it, went down to 3 and made it a more true Reanimator deck. Still didn't like it, it was too clumpy, and then now I settled at 2. This is the end of the creature base. I did try cards, other fatties in the format. I tried Gristlebrand, it was alright, but with the aggro decks, if you don't have a Thragtusk, just paying the 7 life is pretty huge because there's a lot of burn, there's a lot of like little effects that just kind of get there. So I didn't like that. I tried Armada Worm. Didn't really like it either because every time I could have played the Armada Worm, a Craterhoof would have just wanted me to game instead. One card that I was messing around with was Sepulchral Primordial. I wasn't able to finish my side deck before the FNM, so I sided one of those, and luckily I played a Reanimator, so in the finals, Game 2, I was able to Sepulchral Primordial, targeting his Restoration Angel, bouncing the Primordial, and then targeting his Thragtusk. So it was basically a 3-for-1, which is pretty sweet. But I don't think that card's very good, so I think I probably won't be running it any longer. So that's pretty much it. I also tested with the Aurelia, War Leader. But with the inability to consistently cast it, since I took out Deathrite Shaman from the deck, and relying essentially on Somberwald Sage, she wasn't very great. And once again, anytime I could have reanimated her, and attacked, I would do maybe 12 damage, whereas I could reanimate a Craterhoof and just deal like 35 damage. So Craterhoof was definitely the MVP also. Just kind of stole games for me. Up next to the creature spells, or non-creature spells. So 4 Grisly Salvage, a pretty self-explanatory card. 4 Mulch, also pretty self-explanatory. 4 Unburial Rites, which is just the MVP of the deck. I'm not running Faithless Looting. I didn't like the red route. I like the ramp and just being able to have a, like an alternative way to win. A lot of people at the FNM were siding in Rest in Pieces. I played as Selesnya aggro, and they sided in Rest in Pieces and the 1-drop. I think it's Dryad Militant, or Druid Militant. And so obviously I sided these out and sided in some Selesnya cards also. But being able to have an alternative way to win is pretty crucial. So you just use your creatures instead of your graveyard. So 4 Unburial Rites. And then last but not least, 4 Lingering Souls. This was basically there to stall and just kind of give you a way to poke for a few damage so that when you drop your Craterhoof, you'll have bodies on the board and have them down to 17. I think the magic number is 17 damage, or 17 life left with 2 creatures on the board, and once you drop the Craterhoof, maybe it's 3 creatures on the board. Once you drop the Craterhoof, it's game if they can't block anything. Surprisingly, these are really bad against red just because Ash Zealot is a card that I hadn't really ever seen, just getting back into the game and I hadn't seen it. And so I took 6 off of a flashback from Lingering Souls because he had 2 Ash Zealots. And so obviously I sided those out game 2 and 3, but Ash Zealot's a pretty good card. It was definitely like my worst misplay of the day. So yeah. Now for the land base, I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4 Temple Gardens, 1, 2, 3, 4 Overgrown Tombs, 4 Woodland Cemeteries, 4 Forests, 3 Sunpetal Grove, and last but not least, 2 Vault of the Archangels. This is just another tech running these against aggro. Being able to essentially block any creature with like a mana dork, kill it and then gain 1 life at least is pretty good. When you have it on a Thragtusk and you just give it lifelink and Death Touch, it makes it amazing. So pretty good card. I like the synergy with the 1-drops and the Spirit Tokens, just because usually they're not a big threat late game, but when you give them Death Touch, they become pretty awesome. So that's pretty much it. The mana base is only 21 cards. The deck is currently 61 cards. I haven't figured out what exactly to cut from it. I was thinking of cutting an Arbor Elf, but it's been playing so well at 61 that I've kept it as such. So that's pretty much the deck. Real quick though, I do kind of want to talk about something. So I haven't played Magic for a while, so obviously I haven't bought sleeves for a while, but I've been buying a lot of Ultra Pro product. It's the sleeves that I've always used. And I ended up having to buy 2 packs of sleeves, so I bought 3 for 2 different decks, same color. And if you look right here, you'll see that the sleeve is miscut right there. And I know what cards those are. They're Restoration Angel and Thragtusk. So there's the Thragtusk, and there's the Restoration Angels, or the Angel of Serenity. Yeah, and so I was wondering if any of you guys have had any issues with Ultra Pro doing that. You can see right there for sure that there's a definite difference. If lately Ultra Pro, just like their quality of product has decreased, if you guys know anything of that, let me know. I know I recently bought some of the Pro Choice, the Pro Player sleeves, and I don't have any on me right now. But when I got them out of the pack, obviously these are just sleeved regularly, they're not double sleeved. But when I took the cards out of the pack, all of them had like indentations all over them, and at first I thought it was just from me like pinching the sleeve to open it up like that. And so I just inspected one under the light, and it turned out like almost every single sleeve had like a different mark. So I called up Ultra Pro, and they apologized, and basically they said that they'd send me 5 packs of the Pro Fit sleeves, for my inconvenience. But I mean, out of the the 2 times that I bought Ultra Pro products in the past week, both of them have had like really big, in my opinion, really big faults with them. I know in a bigger tournament, I don't know if it's like even illegal to have sleeves like this that are miscut, because someone could mention that you're stacking, because I know when I shuffle this together, I could probably pick out like the Restoration Angels and the Thragtusk, which obviously in a tournament is really bad. So I would say that this card right here, yeah, that's a Thragtusk. I mean, you can just see that some of them are definitely bigger than the other ones, like right there. Oh, whatever. But I was wondering if any of you guys have had that issue. Maybe it's just the places that I buy them from, but it's a different city than I usually buy them from, and all the ones that I've gotten seem to have issues with them. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think of the deck. Like I said, I should be finishing that other deck up today, and once I get some testing in it with it, I'll post that up for you guys. Apologize for the absence, but I had to take care of some personal things with school. But yeah, so hopefully I'll try to make some videos here and there and kind of get back on track. I'm thinking of doing a giveaway again whenever I hit like 320 subscribers maybe. I think I'm at like 296 right now, so I'll try to think of something to give away, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, rate, comment, subscribe.